Chelsea going after Vinicius. Sounds like pure fantasy. But it looks like Todd Boehly is back in full madman mode. And wait for it, Harry Kane might actually be heading back to the Premier League and the club trying to hijack the deal? You're not gonna believe it. Oh, and guess who's ready to step back into the managerial game? Yep, Zinedine Zidane, and the team he's being linked with will leave you speechless. Meanwhile, over in Catalonia, Barça's had enough. They've handed Jules Kounde a straight-up ultimatum. It's all or nothing. All that and more in today's episode, so if you're just as hooked on these wild transfer rumors as we are, even the ones that sound completely insane, smash that like button. Let's hit 300 likes and jump straight into the biggest stories of the day. Let's go! Seriously? Trent? Really? That's it then. It's not just a right-back Liverpool are losing, they're losing the soul of that right flank. Trent Alexander-Arnold, the homegrown magician who's been serving assists like their appetizers on a silver tray, is apparently heading to Madrid. And not for some record-breaking fee, for free. Yep, you heard that right. According to Sky Sports Switzerland, Trent has already agreed personal terms with Real Madrid. 5-year deal, 15 million euros per season. Big signing bonus, the full royal treatment. And Liverpool? Left empty-handed, their £80 million star gone for nothing. Not a pound, not a penny. Just a handshake and a thank you. Guys, where was the scouting department when it mattered? Why did they waive off Madrid's interest back in January like it was nothing? Did they seriously think their vice-captain would just magically change his mind and stay out of loyalty? Come on. The guy's been eyeing properties near the Bernabeu for over a year now. Let that sink in. For me, this is a disaster of management. Plain and simple. Trent is an icon. An academy product, a leader, but you either lock him down early or sell him while his value's through the roof. Instead, they hesitated. And now, boom, he's gone. And don't come crying later, pretending no one saw it coming. Now, here's the real question. If you were Trent, would you stay? Liverpool are in transition. The future's uncertain. And then Ancelotti calls you and says, hey, come play alongside Bellingham and Vinny. Let's be honest, who's turning that down? Mark my words. This will be one of the biggest transfers of the summer. I can already see it. July 1st, Trent posing in a white shirt, smiling like he just hit the jackpot. And back in Merseyside, panic mode. Who's gonna fill that right back spot now? So tell me, are you ready for life without Trent? Remember that whole Rashford Man United drama? The fallout with Amorim, the loan to Villa? It looked like United had completely given up on him. But guess what? Not so fast. At Aston Villa, Marcus is thriving. He's back in form and Tuchel even called him up for England. Crazy, right? And now things are getting really interesting. Villa are reportedly thinking about making the move permanent for just £40 million. But here's the twist. United suddenly realize, wait a second, Rashford's actually good again? £40 million? Nah, let's make it £60 million. Are you serious? You dumped him and now you're trying to cash in? Where's the logic in that? It seems like Amorim really wants him gone. Personally, I think that's a mistake. But hey, maybe he's got big transfer plans and needs the cash. Who knows? One thing's for sure, this summer's transfer window is shaping up to be absolute chaos. So, where will Rashford end up? Staying at Villa, back at United, unlikely, or off to another top club? Time will tell. But whatever happens, this is going to be fun to watch. What do you guys think? Where should Rashford go? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Alright, Madridistas, things are heating up big time. Xabi Alonso, who everyone pretty much had locked in as Real Madrid's next manager, has just pulled a U-turn. Yep, he's decided to stay at Bayer Leverkusen. Didn't see that one coming, right? So now, according to Fichajes, Madrid are looking back at a very familiar face. None other than Zinedine Zidane. Honestly, I'm starting to get a bit fed up with this whole managerial merry-go-round at Real. It's like they're picking managers the way we pick dinner. Had Carlo. Maybe Xabi next? Nah, let's go back to Zizou. Why does this club have such a thing for going back to their exes? It's like the most dramatic soap opera in football. Real Madrid, the toxic love story that just keeps on giving. But let's be real for a second. Zidane and Madrid, that combo works. 3 Champions League titles in a row, a trophy cabinet bursting at the seams, and a fan base that absolutely loves him. Sure, he's been away, probably needed a break from the madness, maybe even enjoyed some peace and quiet for once. But when Real calls, how do you say no? Still, here's the big question. Is Zidane tired of being the guy who always comes back to save the day? And is the club even willing to give him what he wants this time around? Or is it finally time to break the cycle and try something new? Someone with fresh ideas? Personally, I think Zizou's coming back. And it's either going to be another fairy tale run or the most epic disaster in the club's history. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading everything. Things are about to get wild at Stamford Bridge this summer. Big signings, big sales, and some serious shake-ups. And guess who's rumoured to be on his way out? Noni Madueke. Now, he's not a bad player at all. 7 goals in 23 Premier League games is decent. But apparently, Chelsea's board doesn't see him as top tier. Big mistake, if you ask me. Enter AC Milan, ready to splash 40 million euros. Not bad, right? And given their solid relationship with Chelsea after the Pulisic and Felix deals, this transfer actually seems pretty realistic. But here's the real question. Should Chelsea even consider it? Because let's be honest, Madueke has serious potential. He deserves a real chance. But instead, Chelsea seem more interested in going all in for Rafael Leão, a blockbuster signing as they call it. But come on guys, really? Selling Madueke just to chase Leão? That's like trading a Mercedes for a Skoda. Milan wins, Chelsea keeps chasing that one special player, and Madueke, well, maybe the San Siro will be his new home. Will Chelsea regret this later? Because to me, this has all the makings of another transfer gamble. What do you guys think? Smart move or another Chelsea blunder? Harry Kane back to the Premier League. And guess what? Liverpool. Yep, you heard that right. The Reds, the club of "You'll never walk alone." Can you believe it? Is this a joke? Surprisingly, no. According to El Nacional, citing sources close to Kane, this move is actually being considered. Arne Slot and company are reportedly looking for a world-class striker and are ready to offer Kane an ambitious project. But hold on a minute, isn't Bayern Munich ambitious? A club that aims to win the Champions League every season? What could Liverpool possibly offer to convince Kane? The chance to play against Sheffield United and Burnley again. There's a twist though. Word is Kane misses England. Fair enough, he spent years living and playing in London. And let's be honest, German isn't the easiest language to pick up. But is that really enough to leave a club that's consistently challenging for major trophies to join a Liverpool side still finding its feet after Klopp's departure? Now, let's talk money. Bayern paid 110 million euros for Kane, but his value has reportedly dropped to around 90 million euros. But wait, we're talking about a 32-year-old striker here. Yes, he's still a goal machine, but does it really make sense to shell out close to 100 million for him? Wouldn't someone like Isak be a better option? A bit more expensive, sure, but with a lot more long-term potential. Honestly, this whole Kane to Liverpool rumour feels like a sensational headline grab. But if he does return, would it be a masterstroke? Or are the Reds walking into a financial trap? Want the full list of this week's craziest transfer rumours? Just scan the QR code on screen or check out footballdose.com. It's updated daily, fast to read and straight to the point. What's all this noise about Kenan Yildiz, huh? The Juventus wonder kid is red hot right now, and the big boys in England are already circling. Leading the charge? Manchester United. And honestly, it makes sense. With Antony and Rashford both out of form, there's a massive hole up front, and Yildiz might be just the guy to fill it. Personally, I think he'd be a dream for Amorim's 3-4-3 setup. He's versatile, dynamic, and not the kind of player you come across every day. But hold up. United fans, don't get your shirts printed just yet. No official bid has been made, and Juve are an absolute circus right now. They've ditched Mata and brought in Igor Tudor, and no one has a clue whether he even rates Yildiz or not. Will the kid stay and shine, or head to England just to warm the bench? As usual, Fabrizio's in wait-and-see mode, says the interest is real, but nothing concrete for now. Honestly, Juve need to get their act together and give this kid some clarity. Yildiz isn't just some flavor-of-the-month talent. He's 19, already scoring goals, racking up assists, and his dribbling? Straight up filthy. If United go all in, this could be huge. So what do you guys think? Does Yildiz have what it takes to make it in the Premier League, or would he be better off staying and developing in Italy? Let me know in the comments, this one could get spicy. Liverpool going all in for Inter's Bastoni? Rumour has it, £60 million on the table, and he's yours, a long-term successor to Van Dijk. Bit early to write Virgil off, don't you think? But hey, time flies. You know how it is. Honestly, Liverpool could use some defensive reinforcements. Van Dijk's contract is winding down, and let's be real, nobody's getting any younger. And Bastoni, the guy's a beast, just 25 years old, already a top-class defender. But let's not kid ourselves, £60 million? Inter aren't just going to hand over one of their key players. And rightly so. His contract runs until 2028. They should slap a release clause on him so big it makes Liverpool think twice before bidding again. And if not Bastoni, then who? Dean Huijsen? Really? Fabrizio Romano says, contacts established, but is he actually worth it? Surely there's someone more proven in the Prem. Liverpool's board needs to tread carefully. The last thing they need is another defensive flop. Imagine dropping £60 million on a dud. Disaster. Although, maybe Slot sees something the rest of us don't. Either way, they can't afford to mess this up. Otherwise, we'll be hearing about that £60 million mistake all season long. Let's see how this plays out. The transfer window is always a madhouse. Who'll outsmart who? Who'll overpay? Just hope Liverpool don't end up looking foolish. What do you guys think? Is Bastoni the answer for the Reds, or is there a better option out there? Alright guys, this is peak Barcelona. This summer, the club's looking to strengthen the right-back position. But guess what? It all depends on what Jules Kounde decides to do. The guy's talented, no doubt about it. But come on, is he playing football or playing games with the club? While Pedri, Gavi and Araujo have all signed new deals ages ago, our man Jules is still dragging his feet. What's he waiting for? A personal invitation from Laporta wrapped in gold. Honestly, if Kounde keeps thinking more than playing, maybe it's time to cash in. And that's when things get spicy. Suddenly, Monaco's Van der Sar is the front runner. But wait, €40 million? For real? That's a pretty steep price. Especially when his fellow Brazilian Wesley, who's about to debut for the national team, is available for €35 million. Bargain alert, and if Kounde does stick around, which, let's be honest, could change tomorrow, Barca's got a plan B. André Ratsiu from Rayo is in the mix for €25 million. Decent. There's also Mark Pubel from Almeria, but hold up, why go for someone from the second division when you've got Oscar Mingueza out there? And you can bring him back for just €10 million thanks to the buyback clause. I mean, come on, it's right there. Feels like a no-brainer. But then again, this is Barcelona, the same club that could easily drop €40 million on a fullback and then turn around wondering why there's no money left for Alexander Isak. Anyway, I want to hear from you. Who's actually going to end up starting at right back next season for Barca? Drop your predictions in the comments. I'll be watching the next episode of the Barca Boardroom Saga with popcorn in hand. English tabloids just dropped a bombshell. Manchester United are ready to send Onana to Saudi Arabia. And guess what? The Sheikhs have already put a big money offer on the table. And United looks like they're actually considering it. Honestly, are we even surprised? The club's finances are a mess, and this is a golden chance to patch up the budget. Transfermarkt values Onana at just €32 million. But let's be real, the Sheikhs won't mind throwing in a little extra to seal the deal. Now personally, I have mixed feelings about Onana. Some games, he's an absolute wall. Other times, a complete disaster. Is he the rock-solid world-class number one that United desperately need? Not really. He's a decent keeper, sure, but nothing special. So if Saudi money is on the table, I'd take it without thinking twice. Especially since United already have a replacement lined up, Lile's Lucas Chevalier. But here's the real question. Are United making a huge mistake? Selling a goalkeeper when their attack is an absolute mess? Maybe, just maybe, they should focus on buying a striker first, then worry about changing keepers? Priorities, guys. Onana makes mistakes, sure, but compared to the rest of the chaos, he actually looks kinda decent. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Either way, we're waiting for official confirmation. But if you ask me, this whole thing feels like a crazy gamble. Then again, this is football. Anything can happen. So what do you guys think? Is Onana a top-tier keeper, or is it time to cut him loose? Drop your takes in the comments. Chelsea. Want Vinicius? Yep, that Chelsea. the one that looks more like a random talent collection than an actual elite club right now. The headlines are going crazy like the deal is already done, but let's be real. How likely is this actually? First things first. Vinicius is one of the most expensive players on the planet. His price tag? Around 200 million euros. Are Chelsea really ready to cough up that kind of money? Hard to say. But hey, if Boehly, who's already blown $500 million on transfers, decides to go full FIFA career mode again, then yeah, maybe the cash magically appears. But the real question is, why? Why would Vinicius even consider Chelsea? What's in it for him? The Conference League? The thrill of playing alongside guys still trying to figure out the Premier League? At Real Madrid, he's the main man, a leader, a Ballon d'Or contender. At Chelsea, he'd be walking into a never-ending rebuild, a club where managers change faster than you can lace up your boots. Alright, let's pretend Chelsea actually do scrape together 200 million euros. Then what? One Vinicius isn't fixing this mess overnight. For that kind of money, they could bring in 2 or 3 top players and actually build a squad. Like, I don't know, maybe an actual striker instead of another promising young talent experiment? That being said, seeing Vini in the Premier League would be insane. Wingers of his level are rare in England, and watching him tear up top-tier defenders? Pure entertainment. But let's be honest, if he ever leaves Real Madrid, it's far more likely he'll end up in Saudi Arabia on a too-good-to-refuse contract rather than in London. So yeah, Chelsea can dream all they want, but if Vinicius does decide to leave, it's definitely not going to be for a club that's fighting just to get back into the top 4. Although, football is unpredictable, right? And if you love transfer rumors as much as we do, make sure to subscribe. We're tracking every twist in the Vinicius saga and all the biggest moves in world football. What do you think? Could this actually happen? Drop your thoughts in the comments.